A cinematic adaptation of the Odyssey would likely emphasize the epic scope of Odysseus's journey, bringing the mythical landscapes vividly to life. The movie might predict the use of cutting-edge visual effects to depict the fantastical elements, such as the Cyclopean island, Scylla and Charybdis, and the divine interventions of gods like Athena and Poseidon. Audiences would expect a balance between action sequences and intimate character moments, showing Odysseus's cunning, bravery, and occasional vulnerability. The film might also explore modern storytelling techniques, using flashbacks to reveal the Trojan War or Odysseus's personal struggles, thereby making his decade-long journey relatable to contemporary viewers. Through dramatic pacing and cinematic tension, the film could highlight the themes of perseverance, loyalty, and the struggle between fate and free will, which are central to Homer's narrative. Predictably, the production would aim for both epic grandeur and emotional depth, ensuring that viewers are captivated not just by the adventurous plot, but by the psychological complexity of its hero. A predicted focus of the movie could be on the emotional toll of Odysseus's long journey. Unlike other action-driven epics, the story might explore his inner conflict, remorse for leaving his men behind, and longing for home and family. The film could delve into Penelope's perspective as well, highlighting her intelligence, patience, and resilience in maintaining Ithaca in his absence. The movie might predict the use of close-up cinematography and slow, reflective sequences to portray moments of doubt, grief, or temptation, such as encounters with Circe or the Sirens. These scenes could provide a nuanced understanding of Odysseus, making him more than a mythic warrior. He becomes a man wrestling with guilt, desire, and destiny. Predictably, the filmmakers might modernize certain elements, perhaps emphasizing moral ambiguity, complex choices, or the psychological weight of leadership. This approach would resonate with contemporary audiences, presenting a hero who is courageous yet human, flawed yet admirable. Bridging the gap between ancient epic storytelling and modern cinematic sensibilities, the movie adaptation might predict stunning depictions of the supernatural, bringing gods and monsters to life with a mix of CGI and practical effects. Audiences could expect visually spectacular portrayals of Poseidon's wrath or Athena's guidance, highlighting the interplay between divine influence and human agency. The film might dramatize the tension between fate and free will, showing Odysseus repeatedly tested by circumstances, beyond his control yet relying on wit and courage to survive. Predictably, these sequences could serve as allegories for modern challenges, emphasizing themes of resilience and resourcefulness. The production might also focus on the psychological horror of isolation, as Odysseus navigates strange lands and faces terrifying creatures alone, creating suspenseful and emotionally charged scenes. By merging visual spectacle with profound storytelling, the movie could make Homer's epic feel immediate and thrilling, translating ancient myths into cinematic experiences that are both entertaining and thought-provoking. A cinematic version of the Odyssey might predict a strong focus on loyalty and relationships, particularly between Odysseus and his family. The tension of his return and the fate of Ithaca could be depicted as a suspenseful narrative, culminating in his reunion with Penelope. The movie might emphasize the emotional stakes of these relationships, showing the pain of separation and the rewards of perseverance. Secondary characters such as Telemachus could be given expanded roles, offering perspectives on courage and maturation in the absence of a father figure. Predictably, the film could use parallel storytelling, juxtaposing Odysseus's journey with events in Ithaca, enhancing dramatic tension and emotional impact. The filmmakers might also highlight moral dilemmas, such as the challenges of vengeance, justice, and leadership, making these themes relatable to contemporary audiences. Through careful pacing and compelling performances, the movie could transform the ancient epic into a story of love, family, and resilience that resonates across time and culture. The movie's production might predict grand set designs and elaborate costumes to immerse viewers in Homeric Greece. Each island and city could be meticulously crafted to reflect mythological symbolism. Circe's island as enchanting yet dangerous, the underworld as eerie and foreboding. Such visual details could enhance the narrative, making Odysseus's journey tangible and visually stunning. Predictably, the filmmakers might emphasize contrasts between chaos and order, danger and safety, as Odysseus navigates hostile environments. Lighting and sound design could also play key roles: stormy seas with roaring waves, eerie music during encounters with supernatural creatures, or soft, warm tones for moments of family reunion. These cinematic choices would enhance both the spectacle and emotional resonance, offering viewers a rich, sensory experience. By combining meticulous visual artistry with the timeless themes of heroism, struggle, and perseverance, the movie could captivate audiences, making the ancient epic accessible and exciting for a modern cinematic audience. The movie adaptation might predict an exploration of moral complexity, portraying Odysseus not only as a hero but also as a flawed man who must navigate ethical dilemmas. His decisions, such as the fate of Polyphemus or the slaughter of the suitors, could be presented with tension, showing the consequences of cunning, pride, and vengeance. The film might also predict a subtle critique of war and ambition, reflecting on the cost of Odysseus's decade-long absence and the suffering caused by conflict. Through careful storytelling, audiences could witness how leadership and survival require both intelligence and ethical judgment. Predictably, the filmmakers might interweave moments of introspection, allowing viewers to question whether heroism justifies harsh actions. By humanizing Odysseus and providing context for his choices, the movie could transform a legendary epic into a nuanced character study. This approach would resonate with modern audiences, who often appreciate heroes who are multidimensional, grappling with internal and external struggles in ways that feel psychologically authentic. The movie might predict intense, suspenseful sequences during Odysseus's encounters with mythical monsters and treacherous landscapes. Scenes with Scylla and Charybdis, or the temptation of the sirens, could be rendered with high tension and cinematic ingenuity, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats. These sequences could emphasize strategic thinking, courage, and resourcefulness, portraying Odysseus as a hero who relies on intellect as much as physical strength. Predictably, the filmmakers might also use these challenges to explore themes of temptation, resilience, and the consequences of choices. Dramatic camera angles, fast-paced editing, and immersive sound design could heighten the danger, making ancient myths feel viscerally real. Additionally, these moments could serve as metaphors for universal human struggles, such as confronting fear, resisting temptation, and persevering through adversity. Through carefully choreographed action and symbolic storytelling, the film could combine thrilling adventure with deeper philosophical reflection, ensuring that the epic's legendary encounters carry both spectacle and substance. A predicted element of the movie could be the exploration of fate and divine intervention, showing how gods influence Odysseus's journey while still allowing human agency. Scenes with Athena's guidance or Poseidon's wrath could be visually spectacular and narratively meaningful, emphasizing the delicate balance between destiny and choice. The film might predict moments where Odysseus must interpret omens, weigh risks, and act decisively, reinforcing the theme that courage and intellect are essential in the face of unpredictable forces. Predictably, modern storytelling techniques, such as nonlinear timelines or internal monologues, could deepen the audience. This understanding of how divine forces shape yet do not entirely control human lives. This approach would make Homer's epic more relatable, highlighting how challenges beyond one's control require adaptability and resilience. By merging mythological spectacle with philosophical reflection, the movie could offer viewers both thrilling action and meaningful insight, capturing the essence of the Odyssey while presenting it through a cinematic lens that feels fresh and engaging. The movie adaptation might predict a strong visual and emotional contrast between Odysseus's perilous journey and the serenity of home. Ithaca could be depicted as a symbol of hope, stability, and reward, emphasizing what Odysseus is striving to reclaim. Predictably, the filmmakers could parallel scenes of struggle at sea with those of life at home, such as Penelope's cleverness in managing the suitors, or Telemachus growing into a capable young man. This contrast could heighten emotional tension, showing the stakes of Odysseus's quest and the consequences of delay or failure. Cinematic techniques like cross-cutting, dramatic pauses, and evocative music could enhance the sense of longing and anticipation, drawing viewers deeply into both the adventure and the emotional journey. By highlighting these dual narratives, the film could celebrate not only the thrill of epic adventure but also the power of patience, loyalty, and human connection. The audience would experience the hero's return as both a dramatic climax and an emotional catharsis, reinforcing timeless themes of homecoming and restoration. Finally, the movie might predict a conclusion that balances triumph with reflection, portraying Odysseus' return not merely as a victory, but as a moment of personal and moral reckoning. The reunion with Penelope and the reclamation of Ithaca could be depicted as the emotional core of the film, emphasizing themes of resilience, justice, and the rewards of perseverance. Predictably, the filmmakers might leave room for subtle ambiguity, questioning the cost of heroism, the consequences of decisions made during the journey, and the enduring impact of past actions. Cinematic techniques such as lingering shots, quiet dialogue, and symbolic imagery could reinforce the bittersweet nature of homecoming, showing that triumph often comes with sacrifice. By concluding with both emotional resonance and narrative closure, the movie could honor the epic's legacy while offering a cinematic experience that is both thrilling and meaningful. This balance of adventure, spectacle, and human insight would ensure that the Odyssey resonates with modern audiences, transforming an ancient myth into a timeless cinematic journey.